Right. So to remind me, how did this make how would you make a electromagnet?
Hmm.
What is that?
Um,
What is that about?
you make the magnet temporary because you don't want like things to stick on permanently to the magnet.
Right, but how do you make a temporary magnet? That's the question. Temporary magnet. How does it make that? Check your note.
Um, uh,
What was the concept I introduced to your last class? What was the concept? Didn't get to do much of it, but what was the main concept?
the North Pole and South Pole.
Nah, something about a
Huh?
wire. Hmm. Like when you run current through a wire, what does that happen? Check if you see have any notes on that.
Current just flow when you run the through wire.
Let's say if you hook up a wire, it's a battery, current is run through the wire. But what happens in addition to it? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Wait to read that.
Anytime a current is passed through a conductor, a magnetic field is generated. Oh yeah.
Ah, so answer the question now. How would you make an electromagnet? What would you have to do? Tell me the things you would need if we want to make an
Uh,
electromagnet.
well,
Hmm.
you need the when you're making a magnet, you have to create fields around them.
What was the concept we're using? What we're using to generate the magnetic field? All right, to read this one more time.
Current. Anytime a current is passing through a conductor, a magnetic field is generated around it.
How you feeling about that? You understand that? You don't understand it? How you feeling about that?
Mm, kinda.
Ah, so let me explain. They're saying you have a current. Anytime it have a current, that automatically means it have a what as well. You have a current, you also have a. If you have a current, what does that also mean you have?
Voltage
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. Read this one more time. If we have current, what does it mean we also have?
or magnetic field.
Okay, so keep note of that. You need current. If you have current, then you would also have a magnetic field. Question, how would we where we getting the current from? If we have a circuit, where we getting the current from?
Battery.
Battery. Okay, I like how this is going. And for you to get a magnetic field, you need the current to pass through a what? The current to pass through.
Um, a conductor.
What's a conductor? It's a fancy word for what?
Uh, Something that allows things to pass through. Well, allow current to pass through.
Electrons.
Yeah.
Um, what's a common one? We just use like wire. What's a wire is made up of?
Copper. Well, metals.
Copper, right? Or metals. So um we need a wire or something, right? Let me just say we need copper wire. So let me run through this one more time. If I have a battery and I have copper wire, how would the current flow in that circuit? Remind
Positives, negative.
positive to negative.
Yeah.
Do we have a current in the circuit?
Yes.
We have a current. What does that also mean we have?
Magnetic field.
Right. So around the wire, you're going to have a magnetic field. Come if you catch.
Yeah.
All right, so did you get a chance to copy down this diagram last class?
Uh, yeah.
All right. So remind me, if they ask you to list apparatus to make an electromagnet, up to where you know so far, what you gonna need to make an electromagnet?
Um, battery,
Yeah, you're gonna need a battery to produce what? What the battery doing?
produce the current.
Right, we're using the battery to get the current, and what we need as well.
Need a conductor for it to pass through.
Correct. What kind of conductor I want to use?
Metal, well, copper.
Copper. Copper is like the best one. Right. But this is not all we will need. Right, but this is the principle we get in somewhere. Oh, I see you're having sports day and thing because they don't have Sakala again.
Nah, I think they said he retire next week.
Yeah, so here they're having sports day, all kind of thing now.
Sports day, I hear that we having Barca, car show. I think 4 and 5 having prom. That thing.
Niranjan Wildin. Yeah, I feel like Niranjan has a sign. I feel like he's as a sign. He has seen him, but I feel he's as a sign. Anyways, did you get a chance to copy down this table?
Yeah.
Show me it in the book. Let's make sure you have it. Okay, cool. So if you're making a temporary magnet, what materials are you gonna need?
Um, iron and mu metal.
Don't bother with this one. Iron.
Well,
Iron
iron.
is the
Yeah.
iron is the easiest one to make a temporary magnet with. So far, you know you need a battery. What else you need?
The conductor,
Where we using as a conductor?
copper,
And what additional material we're seeing here?
iron.
Okay, right. I see a real fix in your hair. Have ants on your head? I'm joking.
Nah, not custom doing.
Oh, okay. So you understand how the magnetic fields look like. Remind me,
Yeah.
if I have a north and a north, what's gonna happen? If I have a north face and a north, what's gonna happen?
Um, it will repel,
If I have a south face and a south,
it will repel.
right, you go repel. If I have a north face and a south,
It will attract.
right. How do they go? Is it north to south or south to north?
Not the salt.
North to south. So how would I what would I do to complete a diagram? There's only full diagram there. How would I complete the diagram?
Yeah, to draw the way the current is flow.
Not the current, the magnetic field.
Now, well,
Yeah, so show me how the magnetic fields would show me how the magnetic field lines would look like.
like, well, I will flow like this first, and
Yeah.
then
So like and to the
we'll
side,
go, we'll go from, well, out here, and then in. So be like this.
it's a I don't know what happened there. And you could also draw it like and these fields on the outside. How do I go? Show me how that
Um,
look like.
so,
We know that it always going from,
what's that? Well, not to south.
right? So we have a
So
how
it
does it
would
work?
be like this.
Yeah, that's correct. Do it tie up your head. So if we were to erase this now, and it will still look like that
Yeah,
because the north coming out and it going towards the south.
yeah.
So the south, would I draw the south arrow like that? Or would I draw it like this? One or two?
Um, Two.
Yeah, we're right inwards.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Cool. So let me read this now. This is what I was talking about, making an electromagnet. So give this a read. I had started this last class, but I feel I really remember that. While it was on the last brain cells, it was getting late. I know things was bad. I said, read this one.
When a piece of unmagnetized magnet material such as iron touches or is brought near to a pool of permanent magnet, it is attracted to the magnet and becomes a magnet itself. In other words, the material is said to have been magnetically inducted. It should be noted that three
Ready?
materials can be
We gotta
magnetized
pronounce our word correctly. Otherwise, Aaron will tell you something. Magnetically induced.
magnetically
Induced.
induced.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me run through what I mean one more time. Is iron by itself magnetic? If you hold a nail in your hand, is it magnetic?
No,
No. If you rub a piece of iron on a magnet, what happen?
no attracted.
It will temporarily, okay, if you take an iron and you rub it against a piece of magnet, the iron nail would temporarily become a magnet. I don't know if you know about that.
Kinda, yeah.
You could ask your father, when he using a screwdriver, I sure he just rub his screwdriver tip on a magnet and
Yeah,
doing that, you can hook nails on things.
okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. I feel like I see him do it already though.
Ask your father. I'm sure he do that before. And you know why he doing that? Is so that the tip of the screwdriver will become magnetic. But you think it will stay magnetic?
Mm-mm.
No, it wouldn't stay magnetic. It would stay magnetic. So let me run through that one more time. Iron, right? Is iron a magnet?
No.
If you rub it against a magnet, what will happen?
Temporarily be a magnet.
It will temporarily become a magnet. So that is called, so you would say it was magnetically induced, right? Right. Right. And only three magnets, sorry, only three metals can be magnetized. But the main one you want to know about is just metal. I mean, iron. Just I don't know about iron. So I want you to copy this down here. Make sure you have this copy down. Magnetic induction. Right. I wonder how you are black and I were on black today. Uh-huh.
I hear her saying something about prom for phone fives, but I don't know. I don't know how true that is.
As soon as I leave, things start to get interesting. It's crazy.
I was seeing things from before, but I didn't know it's true. It's only today. I see they send a message on the parent chat confirming it.
Confirm it. Whoa,
Yeah,
things getting official.
yeah. And I think the sports ending they're doing is like a fundraiser because um we schools starting back cricket, so they wanted to like repairs to the I think to the physics lab, the chem lab, and the field.
Okay.
So
Um,
they're doing this to raise money.
I see you playing in some in this school place. It look nice. Like this cricket training facility. Where's that?
That is we have a new facility right open right I show you. Like
That hers.
mm,
You know Miss Shirley?
yeah,
Is that her
she's
husband?
yeah, that she has one. She
I
has one own that place.
had that feeling. Yeah.
Um, you know where I think it's King Charles. You know where King Charles was?
Yeah.
Yeah, like right opposite that, it have like a big white building. That's the facility I just go.
Okay, cool, cool.
It's recently built up.
Mm-hmm. I remember she was selling my shoes, Belinda.
Yeah, and then upstairs they recently opened a gym upstairs.
Nice.
Yeah. Just can't wait for it to finish. Get over it.
You're gonna do more than get over it. You're gonna do good enough.
Yeah, well, I hope.
You hope you will.
Well, I know for sure the SPAs go help me
Let me get
plenty
come on.
because so far,
Let me get
huh?
you some motivation, right? Aim for the stars, or you might fall on and break your, you know what I mean. Let's say just land on the stars one time and
Yeah,
so do settle for mediocrity. If you have two in physics or one, do that. Do don't say like a three or something.
no. I don't
Sure,
think I so. I don't think I so badly off the archery.
the SB
Oh,
physics is easy. You could get a two or one. Um, SB is gonna help you for sure.
yeah. So far, all my SPAs I get full marks, so that's gonna help my like real plenty.
That good.
And then well, paper ones is real easy too. So
For physics, paper one is the easiest.
I never see a paper one physics. I don't know how it is be though.
I have all the physics paper one questions. All like every single one. Like I have like the whole bank. This is all the possible questions you could bring.
Hmm. But it will be the same. It will be the same like maths and then like how does that repeats like every single year. It's have like different repeats.
No, it's the exact same. Physics is the easiest paper one. The exact same question has come. Mm,
Oh well.
not even different. I wouldn't even change the five. It literally it is the same thing. Trust me, it's the exact same thing. Uh,
I should print out. Oh, that one is physics. I suppose to have a timetable.
all right. So yeah, let me know when you have that copy down. You have this copy down.
Almost.
Mm,
I think English is the first exam. I think.
hmm.
Copy the diagram too, or just the definition.
Yeah, copy the diagram too. I don't know the diagram. So look, well, I want to show you something, right? What did we say we need to make an electromagnet? What did we say?
Battery, copper wire, and iron.
Yeah, that's it, right? We'll copy down everything you see in here.
Earlier when I wake up, I was doing some physics past papers. I finished 2024. 2023 has some to do with some to finish in 2022 and some to finish in 2021.
Well, that's good that you're doing work, eh?
Yeah,
You should master
but
graph questions. All them graph questions. You need to know how to find gradient. You need to remember your units. A, a graph question is like 8 marks by itself sometimes, or 10.
well, I know how to like plot the graph and find the points, but I had to learn well gradient and remember the units.
All right.
But
So let me see this masterly drawn drawing.
what I noticed about Aaron, most of the questions he doing in class is the exact same questions we do in lessons. Exact same thing.
I mean, they have his own past papers, and I mean, they
Because
he.
we get a question on circuits. I think we do a question where it had a 6 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor, 1 ohm resistor, and I think the voltage I think it was 12 or 36,
I mean,
and they asked her to calculate some stuff.
I did just give all the past paper questions or questions I find online. He could do the same thing. So yeah, you go
Yeah.
match up. So I have a question, right? Around the wire, what is it gonna have around the wire when you have a current?
The magnetic field.
Right. So you see how we wrap the wire around the needle,
Yeah,
and all the wires there have a magnetic field.
yeah.
So watch, by jumbling them close to each other, what we do? Think about it.
Um, they will be magnetically induced.
Well, yeah, we're gonna magnetically induce the iron nail, right? But why are they wrapping the wires around each other like this? Why are they doing that? See if you could figure that out. Why are we doing this? Try to figure it out. Why are we wrapping the wires so close to each other?
Um,
See, you looking now. You're using it for good friend Google.
My phone never, yeah.
Oh, well, I want you to look at man try to figure it out. So we know it have a magnetic field around the wire. So then why we put any wires so close to each other?
So when the, I don't know, this might be wrong, but when the current pass, they could like touch each other, causing
Nah.
friction. No, yeah,
These wires will be coated, so it wouldn't have a short. The current had to go through each and every one. Max, I have a question, right? If we saying that, okay, and most things use a battery, like in your father audio system, and it uses a battery.
yeah,
So by this logic, any wire is supposed to be magnetic
yeah.
because you're running a current through it, and
Mm-hmm.
is it usually magnetic though?
No,
No. So do you think around the wire is a strong magnetic field or a weak magnetic field?
around the wire. Weak.
A weak, right? A weak magnetic field. So by putting them close to each other, what's gonna happen?
Make it stronger. Yeah, make the
Yes.
thing stronger.
Yes, that is it. If you can push the car, you'll call your father to help you push the car, or your mother to help you push the car, right? And we put in the nail here because the magnetic field will cause the iron to become magnetically induced. So you see this tip of the iron nail here?
Yeah.
You'll be able to pick up paper clips something. If I
Mm.
pass more current through the wire, will the magnetic fields become stronger or weaker? What do you think? If I pass more
Well,
current,
will be stronger.
yeah, we'll make it stronger because of the current, you have the magnetic field. So more current means stronger magnetic field. That's logical. Right, so make sure you have all this copied down.
How to draw the other diagram list.
Nah, that takes too long.
Well, I just copy it on the notes in red.
All right, you draw the diagram of the battery, the wire, and the iron nail.
Yeah,
Right. By wrapping the wire around the nail, we create a what? Starts with S.
I wrap in the wire on the nail.
Yeah, the creator starts with S.
Solenoid. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
solenoid.
You know that's how your speaker coil is made. Did you know
Yeah.
that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well that is how think about it. Okay, let me think about something. Right? When you finish copy it down, we go think about it. Copy it down. I'm gonna explain something to you and your mind is gonna be blown. Gonna make plenty sense. So you can picture the diagram.
Yeah.
See something, something. Okay. Hey, you dried good. Nice, man. Just one thing though. With the diagram, right? So you in the diagram that you draw, let me just let me just pull it up. Just pull it up. I'll show you something. But yeah, let me talk about something, right? A speaker coil. All a speaker coil is a bunch of copper wire wrap around, you know.
Mm.
And when you supply power to that, what you think is happening to it?
Um, Heat up.
Well, if you're not moving, it is heat up. If a speaker playing and you press down that, it go really heat up because they're not getting to move. Wait, I'm trying to download the pictures and to show you something. Uh, yeah, check this. All right, so watch this, right? Um, the wire is being wrapped around the nail, right?
Yeah.
If it's starting over here, how come you draw it over here? Because if you draw it over here, that will mean it's like that. Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because the wire is being wrapped around the nail. How would it have wire over here and it's starting over here and ending over here? Think about that.
Yeah.
Right? So what you could do is actually let me not see anything. I want to see you fix the diagram. You have to do one small thing to fix this diagram. See if you can figure it out. All right, I'll come back. Come on a sec. All right. So you fix it?
Yeah. Well, I think so.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Because if your wire is starting over here, and that means you go wrap around the nail like this.
Yeah.
You see small things like that. You didn't think about that when you draw it.
Mm-mm.
Ah, you have to think about these small things, man. You have to think about it. It's okay though, but you have to think about it, right? Uh, cool. So let me run through that. What material, what is the main material I could use? I could use to temporarily make a magnet. What material can be magnetized?
Iron.
Iron. When we bring iron close to a magnet, it becomes
Temporary magnetize.
right. It becomes magnetically
Induce.
right. To make an electromagnet, I will need
Battery.
a battery to produce a
Conductor.
what? I will need a battery.
To produce current flow and the electric field.
Magnetic field.
Magnetic field.
Electric field and magnetic field are two different things. Don't mix it up. So, if we use a bigger battery, think our temporary magnet will become stronger or weaker. Bigger battery, more power.
Stronger.
Yeah, stronger. Right? And that's because you would have more current. And if you have more current, that means you have more a stronger one. If you have more current flowing through the wire, you have a stronger one.
Magnetic field.
Right. And to boost the magnetic field, we're going to wrap the wire Inner starts with S,
solenoid.
a solenoid. And in the middle of that, we're gonna put the iron nail. And what's gonna happen is the magnetic fields that's produced, all of them gonna add up together and are gonna make the nail magnetic. What is it? What material does the nail have to be made out of?
Of what material in nail how do we make out of
Yeah,
iron?
iron, because iron is one of the only metals that could become what?
Magnetized.
Excellent. Right, right, man. Talking sense, you're thinking. Right. Next thing. Do you know how to demagnetize a magnet?
No.
Oh, by chance, you copy this on?
You right, yeah.
Right, let me just read this quickly. The electric field, right? The electric field has a voltage. The electric field creates a magnetic field because they are both of the same electromagnetic force. They are 90 degrees to each other. You don't really have to bother with that too much at this level. You just need to know current means magnetic field. So if you want to make a magnet lose its ability to attract, you could heat it, hammer it, or AC voltage. Right. Yeah, you could try this. If you're curious, you just take a magnet. I show your father how old speakers are not working.
Yeah,
You could take apart the speaker, and you know the magnet just be on top, right?
yeah.
You just take apart the speaker, take the magnet, heat it, and try to attract something, it wouldn't work.
Mm.
Remember, when we apply heat to something, what happens to the particles on the inside? Let me see if you remember this.
Um,
By applying,
there's that move.
they go start to move faster. So we add in
Yeah,
what system? We apply in what kind of energy?
kinetic energy.
Nice. Yeah. So when we apply heat to a magnet, the molecules begin to vibrate so quickly that domains are rearranged and the charges at the poles disappear. Basically, how a magnet does work is that, let me show you the cross section of a magnet. In a magnet, all of the atoms are arranged perfectly and they are aligned. In a material like iron, that is not true. And we know iron have like free electrons on it. That's just be going all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You're not talking about it, free electrons.
Yeah.
Let's make it a conductor. Well, let's be moving all about. In a magnet, the orientation of the atoms is fixed. Magnet diagram. Right. See how all of them are aligned like perfectly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Iron wouldn't look like that. But when you induce a magnetic field to the iron, what has happened is all of the atoms in the iron go line up just like this. So iron by itself, we could agree that iron by itself would not look like this.
Mm-hmm.
But when you up when iron get close to a magnet, the atoms align. So
Mm.
like they align. And that's what make it a temporary magnet. You think they will stay aligned forever?
No.
No, they'll go back to the original shape. If you have a partner, you drink puncheon every day, right? I mean, in Blue Trace, we spin people. And you know some people that drink puncheon every day.
Yeah.
If you tell them stop drinking puncheon, you die from liver failure. They might stop one day and then they'll go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So iron not gonna remain as a magnet. That's not its natural state. But you could kind of change it by applying a DC current. Oh, you should take note of that, eh? I believe you had copied it down over here somewhere, right? You see this thing over here? and passing a DC through it. Make sure you
Yeah.
copy that.
Yeah.
Remember, what does DC mean?
Direct current.
Okay, and what produces DC current?
Um,
Tell me, what is something that
mm,
produces DC current?
battery. Well, phone charger.
Your phone charger, but let me think even simpler than that. Like real simple. What produces
Battery.
DC current? A battery.
Yeah.
Direct current means that the current is going in.
One direction.
Right. So is this arrow ever gonna flip?
Mm,
No. So what's gonna happen is you go end up with a north pole there or a south pole there. Just saying, will that ever change? If you leave the battery on, will and you make an electromagnet, do you think it will ever change? The north and the south?
No.
No, because
Mm,
is the direction of the current changing?
no.
No. You can learn this when we do the right hand grip rule. But anyways, it will not change. So let me take that in. If the current not changing, if the direction of the current not changing, is the magnetic field changing?
Mm,
No. Let me run through that one more time. If the direction of the magnetic field is not changing, is the magnetic field going to change?
no.
No. A speaker. A speaker does do what? What does a speaker do?
Um, Create sound.
It is create sound, right? It is create sound by staying in one place.
Mm,
Nah. So what do you think it is applied to a speaker? DC current or alternating current? Think about it.
DC.
If
Oh
it's
wait.
D, if it's DC current, the magnetic field is not changing, it's staying still. If you
Oh
apply
no. Maybe
AC current,
alternating.
alternating, because an alternating current, it is switch back and forth. And the speaker does move back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So if instead of a battery, I use a alternating current, you think this north could always remain north?
No.
No, sometimes it might become south. Yeah. Right? But if you if you're working in a scrapyard, you think you could use alternating current to make your electromagnet?
No.
No, because at some point, remember alternating current, if we look at the graph, and it is like go up and go down, go up and go down.
Yeah.
Instead of like a 0 point,
Yeah.
imagine you lifting up a car and it hit a 0 point and that car just dropped down on somebody and kill somebody. You don't want that. You wouldn't want that.
Mm-mm.
You're going to use direct current because if we're using direct current and they're going to keep holding onto the car,
Yeah.
yeah. But for a speaker, if you use direct current, is the speaker going to do anything?
No.
You'll burn the coil. That's what you do. You'll burn the coil, right? So the more you know. So copy this down. This is under demagnetizing a magnet. Yeah. Um, if it heat up, I don't know if you know this too, right? But if it heat up a speaker, it will lose performance.
Mm.
Yeah. So what makes a magnet is that the atoms are aligned. If you do anything to throw off that alignment, it will no longer become a magnet. I should probably write that down. What makes it?
Feel like it has some kind of virus or something going on. This, so far, everybody I know getting sick.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I had it. Then all my friends had it. A bunch of people in UE sick. And then all they getting sick. I don't know. Magnets.
I don't know if I had it, but I wasn't feeling good for about a week. And then, well, now I'm feeling a little better.
Hmm.
Then My mom said she not feeling too good, and then some of the boys in my class they said they're not feeling good either. So
What is your mom's symptoms?
I don't know, but I had when I wasn't feeling too good, I had like a real bad headache, coughing, sneezing, like real plenty, um, vomiting. Yeah,
Then
it was bad.
and she was still coming to class too.
Yeah, I was stuck in that class.
Mhm. You seem okay.
Yeah, but it's not that bad anymore. But I think I get it from somebody in class or something because the day I went to school, I was good, and then when I come home, I start to feel like real bad.
Well, it's a good thing you better now. You probably take bush medicine. Right. So what makes a magnet is the fact that the atoms are aligned. Now, when you heat anything, the molecules just start to vibrate. And if it's vibrating, it might throw off the alignment, right?
Yeah,
And if you hit something, you think, okay, hmm, if your phone on the table and you hit it, it might come off the table.
yeah,
So if you hit something, if it hits a material, the atoms on the inside, they will not stay in the same place. So you go throw off your alignment as well. And all those factors would demagnetize the magnet.
I didn't realize I had to collect results twice. I had to collect results in March for Jan exams, and then collect results for May June exam will come out when and
They,
like
they do in September, August, September. May, June is August, September, yeah.
oh god, that means I'll be close to my birthday. Hey.
Uh, yeah, again, a gift or something to cry about. That's why I say don't aim for mediocrity. You want to be a failure?
No.
Nah. So don't aim for that.
Hmm. I can do good in all my subjects. The only subject that I like worried about right now
Ah,
is
you're gonna say
not
maths.
really the maths, but mostly the English literature.
Serious.
Yeah, I don't like literature. Literature.
Wait, you doing English
Mm,
and English B?
yeah,
Oh, oh.
we had the option between English B and Spanish, but I see Spanish orals. I am not able with that because I is what in March sometime I think.
Yeah, that's that's not the title.
So I see it will make sense doing that. So I said I'm gonna try the English B, but then I realized the amount of work you got to study for that too. Yeah. So I would say the subject that I worried about the most is English B.
Gosh, how they like.
But the rest, I could still push through the rest. It's just that one a lot of reading. And every day in class, this has we have Tuesdays and Fridays. And it's be double periods. So when you come home from class, it is be like 4 or 5 different pages of notes.
Darlene.
Yeah.
Darlene is a G dog. And what you said, Darlene is a G.
No, she cool, but she real strict when it comes to shoe.
She good at roasting people. She good at dissing people.
Yeah, I could tell.
Hence the English teacher. Hence him.
Yeah, everybody in Darling class is scared. Real bad.
And so as soon as you have this copy down, let me know.
Yeah, because for English
Wait, eh?
we had
You said he did the recent years. Did you see the question about the relay? Yes or no?
uh not sure.
Oh,
I had past papers on my bed, like right in.
all right. Well, when you finish copying this, you can look at it.
Because for English we had Miss Lucky, but I think she gets some job in some other school, so she leave. So we have Suku right now.
Okay. You know that happened.
Yeah. Well, that's what we hear right now. She says she got a job in some other school, so she leave to go in that school.
Ah,
And they say we supposed to get a teacher from some other school, but I say it don't really make sense because it's like one term again, so it's best we just keep Suku and then
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Right. You sure you finish?
Oh wait, no, I had the red note on top. I didn't see that.
Right. That is the understanding. That's the concept. So what makes a magnet is the fact that the atoms are aligned. If you heat it, they're gonna vibrate and move out of place. If you hit it, it's gonna cause a jolt and it's gonna misalign the particles or the atoms.
Yeah. No, okay.
Finish?
Yeah.
All right. So I want you to go get your past papers. One of the most recent years, it should have this question. It should have the relay. Should have this.
That's what I'm doing for this.
Find something close. I think it should be in the 2024 year, 2024 June.
Oh yeah.
Sure, man. That is itself. That is exactly it, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't leave out this question. I did. That's one.
But we do it now, right? So give this a read here.
A typical relay circuit contains a switch that is electronic. electromagnetically operated. Number one, when the current passes through the electromagnets, they generate a magnetic field.
Because stuff. Is that something we didn't know? The first one, the first thing they're saying, do we know that? Do we understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. When you pass current through a wire, it creates a magnetic field. We understand that. Next one.
Number two, the soft iron armature is then attracted to the electromagnet. It is pulled towards it and then hammer it hits the gong.
Right. Mm-hmm. At the same time,
At the same time, the contacts are broken in the circuit, causing current flow to cease and the magnet field to be lost. This restarts the circuit, causing the bell to ring in rapid successions.
that probably sound like a latent.
Mm, Number three, yeah.
All right. I'm trying to understand what's going on here. So I have a battery here, right? I have a battery.
Yeah.
What the battery does do?
Supply the circuit with current flow.
Right. And if you have current, that automatically means you have a,
Electromagnetic, the magnetic field.
yeah, that means you have a magnetic field. So you could agree this is what it will look like.
Yeah.
All right. So, um, what is that? Right. All right. Okay. Let we let me understand what's going on, right? Adjuster.
Yeah.
All right. So you looking at the past paper?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to look at the screen for now. You look at the past paper just now. So we have a switch here. Well, let's forget the switch. Forget about this. So the battery causing a current to run through the circuit. If you have a current running through the circuit, you're gonna create what here? What's this?
Mm, Electromagnet.
Okay. And if this becomes magnetic, what will be attracted to that? I want you to look in the diagram. What would be attracted to that?
Um, the gong because it's metal.
No.
Mm,
No. Mm-mm. The gong is outside the circuit. That on in to do the circuit. You seen any materials here that's very magnetic? Well, not very magnetic. Um,
Oh, the soft iron armature.
yeah, it's magnetic. The ionometer will be easily attracted by the magnet, and we also know it can become magnetized. So when there's current running through this coil, the solenoid, it will create a strong magnetic field, and it will attract the soft iron armature. And if it attracts the soft iron armature, then it's gonna come here, right? Tell me if you agree with that.
Yeah.
And that's gonna cause the hammer to hit the gong. Tell me if you're following.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, I'm looking at it a little wrong. I don't realize I'm looking at it a little wrong, right? I'm looking at it a little wrong. So it's like this. Yeah, this make a lot more sense. You probably follow better now. So this is a magnet here. This is the electromagnet. It will create a magnetic field, and what is attracted to them to magnets? What's in this thing over here is attracted to magnets,
The iron armature.
Right. So this over here will be pulled towards the magnet. It will be like that. You see how it would hit the gong?
Yeah.
You sure you understand that?
Yeah.
Cool. Now when it hits the gong, notice it is away, it is away from here. See now it right now, wait there. Hmm. Let me look at this properly. If we understand the part where this will become magnetized and it will attract the iron armature like that. We understand that.
Yeah.
Now, when that happens, it will move away from this contact over here. So you see right now how we're touching the contacts? Watch.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me ask that question. This is iron, right?
Yeah.
This is basically everything here conductive. So the current moving like that and like that. You with me? Some of you with me?
Yeah.
If we create a magnetic field, it's gonna move over here. Is it still gonna be touching this thing over here? Is it still gonna be touching this?
No.
Okay. So if it's no longer touching this, will the current be able to will the current be able to flow um reach over here? Let
No.
let me draw it so you can see it. So it moved from over here and now it's over here. So right now you can think of it like that. Tell me, the current have any way of reaching over here? Tell me, does it have any way of reaching over there now?
Mm-mm.
Nah. And if so, let me run through it in steps, right? The battery will produce it. What will the battery produce?
Current flow.
Current, a current, and what will the current produce? Since it's passing through a conductor, will create a,
Magnetic field.
and the magnetic field will cause what to be attracted to it. What will the magnetic field draw in?
The iron armature.
Yeah, the soft iron armature. And you see, and when that move, the hammer will hit the,
The gong.
but will it open the circuit?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What does an open circuit mean again?
Um, mm,
What is an open circuit?
flowing, flowing in one direction.
No, it's not an open circuit. It literally means somewhere in the circuit is open. It have a gap in the circuit. And if you have a gap in the circuit, what I mean? What does that mean?
Well, the current will pass through.
So will the bulb or anything in the circuit come on? Not in the circuit in general. If you have an open circuit, will the circuit work?
No.
So if the circuit stop working, will the battery will it so let me run through that one more time. If you have an open circuit, will the current leave the battery and reach back to the battery?
No.
No. So when the soft iron armature gets attracted to the magnet here, it will be released from this thing over here. It will be released from this. You understand?
Yeah.
If it's released from this, is the current getting to reach over here?
No.
So if that's the case, And and the magnetic field here would what happens in? What happens here then? If the current not going to reach back the battery, what happens to the current in the circuit?
Just stop
It will stop. And if the current stop on the circuit, what happens to the magnetic field?
him stop
Yeah. And if it stop, this thing, it will flex back over here. And if it flex back over here, the current will flow. And if the current flow, it will get attracted here again. And then the same thing will happen. That's why it will repeat. That's why a bell is be like a bell. Try to remember what a bell does sound like. And it sound like it constantly being hit.
yeah.
Yeah, this is why. So I want you to try to explain this to me. Try to explain it to me.
Well, yeah, the battery supplying the circuit with current, which will also mean that it can have the magnetic field, and the magnetic field will cause the soft ion armature because, well, it's a type of metal to be attracted to it. And um, when it get attracted, the the hammer will get pulled towards the solenoid, hitting the gong,
Yeah. You're going good?
and when it reaches the gong, it well, it'll kind of cut off the current
Why,
flow
why cutting off?
because it's separating from the what is called that thing again?
Contacts. It separates from the contact.
Oh yeah, it separates from the contact, so the current flow will stop,
Perfect.
causing the electromagnetic field to no, the magnetic field to stop.
Correct. And then that stop, this thing over here will snap back and it will touch back the contact again. It will reconnect to the contact. And if it reconnects to the contact, what will happen again?
The current will stop back to flow, causing the magnetic field to come back.
And it will slap back. Current go break. I mean, the circuit go break. And that whole process will just repeat. See, understand it now?
Yeah,
Cool. So, yeah, take a copy down this diagram. Right time we could do that past paper question.
copy the note, right?
Yeah, everything. Everything. Matter of fact, you could probably try the past paper question by yourself since you know the material to do it. And I could correct it.
Try.
Yeah, you could try. So you feel like you fully understand this.
Yeah, basic side, yeah.
Nice. So when as soon as you press that switch, you're gonna cause that bell to ring in rapid successions. And we understand why.
Yeah. Some days we Saraswati Puja in
Oh yeah,
school.
I won't be able to go.
Uh, I didn't know I was going because I had cricket training that same morning from 9 to 11, and the puja started 9 and might finish about 12.
Um,
So,
so going on
but
now.
yeah, I'll still go to the puja.
But like you can't miss out free food, right?
Nah, I see real boys. I was in Form 5 last term. We're going back and trying to get into Form 6.
Is that like Antonio, I mean?
Yeah. Now he in Form 6 right now.
Yeah, yeah, I see. I'm 612 too. I'm trying to
I think he in lower 6. I think business. His business or science is he in?
nah, he in
I'm not
business.
sure.
I didn't see him parents here.
Yeah.
He was in my maths class. My
Oh, you know anybody named Brian? I don't know if you know Brian.
he went penal secondary before.
Mm-mm. Same Shiva. Who's
Bahadur? Nah,
the I don't know.
nah, I don't think so.
I don't even know his name. He had no leave last year. He was in I think he was in 5B.
No, I don't know who that is. Not sure.
I think he come last week Friday and trying to get into Form 6.
Oh, he got through?
I'm not sure because I see him with us at papers and any so I'm not sure if he get it. I don't really know much for Inform 6. The only person I know more Inform 6 is Antonio, and I don't know if you know somebody named Shazad.
Shazad what?
I'm not sure the last name. He and all in lower 6.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Not sure.
Um, yes, I know Miss Shirley's son that is Satish.
Mhm.
I know yes, um most of the people that was in 5B last term I know from Form 6.
Anybody from science class.
Nah, I don't know where you're from science. And well, the only girl I know in Form 6 is, who's the Form 6 girl that's join lessons sometimes?
Cheyenne.
Yeah, well, I know she.
So yeah, so got me now this diagram one thing.
Yeah, finish she knows I just joined the diagram.
All right.
I don't know if I do in Form 6, so I might just go probably straight to UTT or something. I
So you
don't
got
know yet. I didn't make up my mind yet.
you say you wanted to be a flight attendant.
Yeah, either flight attendant or something in the engineering, but I don't think I'll get through the engineering.
You think you go like you might like electrical engineering, but you go force it to real think. You see how like you don't think about the minute details. Like I can't afford to do any electrical because this is electrical.
Mhm. Ah, well, I good.
So if you decide to do electrical engineering, you gotta be very careful.
Mhm.
So you remember how you draw the diagram and you put the wire in your wrong place? That wasn't logical. You gotta look at things like that.
Yeah,
You should post the diagram on the chat
yeah, I hope so.
so Leah go see. Can't really say anything about Leah because she's sick, you know.
Yeah.
But you could post it on the chat and tell she can't draw as good as this.
When you're done, draw this one, you got time if it's really enough to go on the chat.
All right.
I think Antonio, I know, just play cricket for the school.
Yeah, Antonio, I know he played cricket since he was small. He realized
Yeah. Because I see when I'm going for training, I think he just be going with them. So that's so I figure. My goal is to get into the Red Force team, but I don't have the mindset to get into that right now.
I don't know about your rep post team.
Them just play like into like nationals something for Trinidad. But then
What do you mean you
my
don't have
study and this
what do you mean you don't have
huh,
that? I mean you don't have the mindset for that.
like with exams something right now. I don't think if
Yeah,
I feel if I do it, I might get distracted.
yeah, I should probably focus on this and then don't worry about that.
Yeah. So but my coach don't say he see I have the ability to make it. He said um once like ready to do it, just tell him. And yeah,
Just try to focus on one thing at a time. You had the potential, but just um focus on this first.
yeah. Diagram can know better than a total. Just my hammer come out a little wonky.
All right, again, through the past paper question.
You know, finish the diagram, I'm gonna start the past paper question.
It actually look real good. Oh, and you know what you should do? Um, you should just like just to add some stuff now. Should that the hammer will be attracted to the
Yeah.
electromagnet, and additionally, say don't forget, label these things too. These are contacts. These things are contacts. Well, actually, wait, only one of them is a contact. The other is not. This is a contact.
Wait, when the past paper question, the soft iron armature, when it get um pulled towards the solenoid, we're doing it starting the car, right?
Let me see. Let me get the paper. That's 2024, right?
Yeah, May, June 2024.
A magnet relay is used to switch on a circuit carrying a large current. Figure 11 shows a electromagnet used in a magnetic relay to operate the starter motor of a car. So you said it will start the car?
That is what I would assume, yeah.
Wouldn't start the car, it would start the motor of the car. I mean, you're not
Mm.
wrong, right? But we're a bit more specific, right? So let me see if you're correct. When this gets powered on, so when this gets powered on, right? What's gonna happen over here? What it's gonna create?
So
Once it's,
far in the definition, I have the battery supplies the circuit with current, also with the magnetic field,
wait,
which flows
wait,
through the solenoid, causing the soft iron armature to start the motor of the car.
wait, I have to be very careful. The battery doesn't produce a magnetic field. The current passing through the wire creates a magnetic field, right?
Oh, oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so let me just run me through what's going on. This is basically a what was this? This thing over
A
here. That's
circuit,
I need a name for it. You have a what over here. What's this? This is a
battery,
this is what's this?
the wires, no, well,
Yeah,
solenoid,
the wire. And what's this?
solenoid,
What was the material there? What's this?
iron,
Okay, so we have a what here. This forms a what? What do those three things make up?
magnet,
Electromagnet.
electromagnet.
How it is right now, will it produce a magnetic field?
No,
No. What will I have to do for it to create a magnetic field?
in a closed circuit,
Exactly. Right now it is a what
when
kind of
you close the switch.
right. So this is
Right now
our
it's an open circuit.
what we talking about? Let's go. Let's go. There you go. Yeah. You leave my hanging there. What is that? Oh, I never seen it. I had to tell him what I bold face.
Hey.
Right. So once you close the switch, this gonna start to produce a magnetic field. And what over here is attracted to that magnetic field.
The soft iron armature.
So the soft iron armature, where's it gonna go?
Hmm. It will go towards the well, hmm,
So when you create a magnetic field here, you're gonna push it towards here. You're gonna push it. It's gonna push it. Well, it's not gonna push it, it's gonna draw it in. So so this thing over here, what's gonna happen to it?
it will
Before we do
be
anything,
removed from
let
the
me
connector.
wait, let me observe something. So right now the current running like this.
Yeah.
The current have anywhere to cross this gap over here?
No.
No, no. So that's the problem. So when we turn this thing on, it's gonna cause this to push forward. So it's gonna look like that. Does it have a path for current to flow now?
Yeah.
Right. Tell me if you understand that.
Yeah.
Let me go through that one more time. So when the switch is closed, current runs through the conductor. This generates a
Magnetic field.
the magnetic field draws the well attracts it, it attracts the soft iron armature, and the soft iron armature makes a connection with the other metal contact. This closes the circuit, allowing current to flow through the starter motor. How does that sound?
Yeah, it makes sense now.
So what's gonna happen is when as soon as you close the switch, you're gonna generate a magnetic field, and this is gonna move like that. Watch, check it out. You're gonna move into this position over here, this new position, and the current will get to flow through. So show me here, show me in the diagram, how would the current flow in this? How would the current flow here? So after I turn on the switch, how's the current gonna flow? Show me.
And then from there we go here.
Right. And then the current, once the current flowing through the load in this case is the what? What do you think the load is? A load is a device that draws current. What is drawing current in the circuit?
Battery,
So a battery produces current. What's it going to use
the,
that current?
the starter motor.
Correct. Excellent. Excellent. So, do you remember everything I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, where's the first thing going to write down?
The battery supplies the circuit with current,
Wait,
and
that's true. But we gotta close the switch first, right? Right? So, when the switch is closed, when the switch of when the switch of the input circuit is closed, try to finish my sentence. When the switch of the input circuit, you notice I put input circuit, and we had to use the terms they gave us in the question. This is the input circuit. This is
yeah,
the secondary or the output circuit. And we're using this. What is this controlling? What is this? What is the primary controlling? It controlling the what?
secondary.
Right. So by me closing the switch, I actually turning on the motor. And that kind of cool because is this touching this? Are they touching?
No.
They're not even touching. And I could control it. So that's kind of cool, right? And tell me, when I close the switch here, you notice it have a spring here. What will the spring do? If I open the switch, will it still have a magnetic field?
If you close the switch,
I mean, sorry, if I
yeah,
open the switch, if I open the switch, like I open it, so I put it back over here.
no.
No, so what's gonna happen to this? If, imagine it was in this position, what's gonna happen to it?
You just flick back.
It will flick back because it has a spring.
Yeah,
You see it thinking, this is good, this is good, we're getting somewhere, right? So when the switch of the input circuit is closed, what will happen?
the spring in the secondary circuit will
Right? We gotta go a little more in detail. So when you close the switch over here, what is running through the circuit now?
the current. Well,
Right, the current. So when
yeah,
the switch of the input circuit is closed, a current flows through the solenoid creating a magnetic field. Are you with me so far?
yeah.
So read this one. It's a 5 mark question. Wow.
Well, now I understand it. That's an easy 5 marks, yeah.
Right, so read this somebody.
When the switch of the input circuit is closed, a current flows through the solenoid or conducting wire, creating a magnetic field.
Right, what does this magnetic field do? This magnetic
Mhm.
field, what does the magnetic field do?
Passes through, it
No, so we have a magnet here. What is magnet doing?
attracting the sulfide armature.
Right, this magnetic field attracts, we should probably say pull. This magnetic field pulls the soft iron armature. So this magnetic field pulls the soft iron armature, which then makes contact with the other metal contact. This connection closes the circuit and creates a path for current to flow by closing the circuit. We gotta be careful, eh? By closing the output circuit, the starter motor the starter motor turns on. Right. So when the switch of the input circuit is closed, a current flows through the solenoid, creating a magnetic field. This magnetic field pulls the soft iron armature, which then makes contact with the other metal contact. This connection closes the circuit. Have to be careful here. It closes the output circuit. You could either say secondary circuit or primary circuit, whichever one you want to use. So we could, for the output circuit, we could call it the secondary circuit if we wanted. Instead of saying input circuit, you could say primary circuit. Right? This connection closes the output circuit and creates a path for current to flow. By closing the output circuit, the starter motor turns on. By opening the circuit, okay, by opening the input circuit, if we open the input circuit, like if we create an open circuit, what happens to the starter motor? So if I put it back in that position, will the starter motor begin to run, or will it continue to run, or will it cease to run?
These current,
Right. And why is that? You have to explain why that happens.
because it have no current flow passing through.
Right. And if you have no current, no magnetic field. So by opening the input circuit, We could be fancy here. By D, make sure I spell that word correct. So by de-energizing the input circuit, that just means you're going to open the switch. By de-energizing, a fancy way. By de-energizing the input circuit, the magnetic field right? So we had to explain what happens when you close the switch or open the switch in the input to get the 5 marks. So when the switch of the input circuit is closed, a current flows through the solenoid, creating a magnetic field. This magnetic field pulls the soft iron armature, which then makes contact with the other metal contact. This connection closes the output circuit and creates a path for current to flow. By closing the output circuit, the starter motor turns on. By de-energizing the input circuit, the current stops flowing and the magnetic field ceases to exist. As a result, the iron armature snaps back to its initial position and the starter motor cuts off. So as soon as you have this copy done, let me know.
Yeah.
You have all of it copied down.
Yep.
So you understand that when you close the switch in the primary, it's gonna pull the armature and they're gonna close the circuit and they're gonna make the motor start to spin.
Yeah.
And when you flip open back the switch from the primary, the magnetic field gonna go arm to the magnetic field.
Stop.
You're gonna stop. And if that stop, the armature gonna snap back and
Yeah.
motor will stop spinning. That's the concept. Nice. Right. think we could look at this one over here another time because there's a lot to explain. But I could go through the right-hand ripple with you very quickly, right? So give us a read.
In the figure above, the thumb pointing straight out represents the current, while the other four curved fingers represent the magnetic field. With this rule, the magnetic effect of a current can be predicted.
Right. So let me show you how we do this, right? Uh, like we just say you have a piece of wire and the current going in that direction. So let me see your right hand. Let me see your right hand. You have something to grip.
Could use my pen.
Yeah, use a pen. So you're gonna just do this. All right. So your thumb represents the direction of the current. And how
Right.
your fingers are, it represents how the current will be, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Right? So I want you see this line on the arrow? I want you to
Yeah.
align your hand, your thumb in the same direction as is on the screen, right? So it's like this. Cool. Now I want you to remove the pen, something like this, and I want you to see how your other fingers are curling. In this situation, is like this. So it's like so that's clockwise or anti-clockwise.
Anti.
Right. So the magnetic fields around this wire would be in this direction. You understand?
Yeah.
So let me show you that one more time. So pointing in that direction, my thumb here. If I remove it and I do this, it kind of you could see it anti-clockwise, like
Yeah.
pointing in this direction. I say go like this, the same
Yeah.
point like that. All right. So question: If so now I want you to do the same thing, but your hand in that direction, the other direction, okay? And I want you to curl your fingers and see how you're going, clockwise or anti-clockwise.
Same thing.
Shouldn't be. Right there. That's kind of weird. I know what's happen. Hmm. Let me look at an example here. So we have north to south. So it's going from north to south. North to south. Okay, so we're gonna line up our hands in the same direction as you see it here. We're going from north to south. From north to south, it's going in this direction. You make sure you're using your right hand.
Yeah.
All right. So, so that would be this direction. That's anti-clockwise. Just make sure, right? That's weird. I don't know why it's going in the other direction. It's kind of weird. Wait a minute. Oh, I understand where's the problem. I'm gonna show you where's the problem, right? So let me look at this diagram over here. So we have north to south. So the thumb is the current, and our fingers is the magnetic field, right? The thumb is the current, fingers is the magnetic field, right?
Hmm.
So we have a wire with current flowing through directly into the paper. So if we have the current flowing into the paper, then where our thumb is going to be pointing.
That's it.
But it's saying the current flowing into the paper. It's not
Yeah.
thumb is the current. So it'll be pointing towards the paper. So like, see how I have this? Be like, right? And if I twist, and if I twist my fingers, watch, they're going the same direction as these arrows. See if you can see it.
Yeah.
Right? So watch.
Yeah.
Right. Now if the current is coming out of the paper, then it's gonna be like this. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the thumb, what does the thumb represent?
Correct.
And it's saying the current coming out of the paper. So let me see how that will look like. It's so the current coming out of the paper. See how my hand is now? Watch. See if you've seen it.
Yeah.
Like this, my fingers here, it pointing in the direction of the arrow.
Yeah. Same.
You sure you've seen it?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the right hand grip rule here. But it should be going in the other direction. Let me check that one more time. So that going in this direction. That's interesting. I'll do some research on that. Supposed to be going in the other direction. Right? And the next thing you had to learn is Fleming's left hand rule. These are the gang signs. This is where the gang signs coming in. So let me see your left hand. Right, do this. Like, okay, imagine you have a gun, and then you just like do this. All right, cool. You look like you're doing it correctly. So the thumb represents the thrust. Let me explain what thrust means. Thrust just means a force. And you could agree a magnet does generate a force. You ever try
Yeah.
to put two magnets together that opposite, you feel they repel, right? I mean, if the opposite, they go attract. Like you feel it like pull together.
Yeah.
If you have two magnets as the same type, it will repel. And as a force,
Yeah.
it has thrust. The other finger here, this one, right? This is the magnetic field. And the pointer finger, that's current. So thrust, magnetic field, current. Thrust, magnetic field, current. So which one is thrust? Is this thrust?
No.
What is this?
That is magnetic field.
What is this?
Current.
This?
Trust.
Right. So it's already 9:02. Next class, we will go through the right hand grip rule and Fleming's left hand rule. But like we nearly finished. Next thing we're going to look at is DC motors and AC motors, electromagnetic induction, transformers, and that is it for the electrical part of physics, right? And then with logic gates. Yeah, right? So before I go, tell me the main things you need to generate or to create an electromagnet. We need to create an electromagnet.
They need the battery, um, a conductor,
What's our normal conductor we're going to use?
copper,
Copper, right?
and well, iron.
Right, iron. Nice. And if they ask you why you're wrapping it like that, you tell them to do what? Why are you wrapping? Why are you creating a solenoid?
This is one thing I couldn't remember.
Think about it. If you can't move the car, it's your call for help.
Yeah.
So by having more people, it will increase the constant F. The more people pushing on the car, the more force it has. So the more turns you have, remember the turns is be real close to each other, right?
Yeah.
It's like that. And all of these, when the current flowing through the wire, it have a magnetic field around it. So because you have so much turns here, the magnetic fields will overlap and they will strengthen each other. This is the diagram. I didn't tell you to copy it down, but this is the diagram showing that. This is the diagram. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch. So you have the terms here. These are the terms. And notice all of them are going to join together to create a larger magnetic field. Can you visualize it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Kind of.
Watch. Let me tell you something. Imagine you just have this wire, right? You just have this wire, right? What's stronger? One of this or all of this combined?
Um, well,
Right. So that's why you're creating a solenoid so that the magnetic fields would create a stronger magnetic field. So that is it for class today. Next class we will wrap up left hand rule, right hand grip rule, all of that. So yeah, thank you for coming to class today. I will see you. I will see you next Friday. That's the only time I'll see you.
yeah.
Later. Have a good night.
Later. You